What's up, guys? So I went to the Peddler's Mall in Richmond, Kentucky with just one lens and one camera. It's the Canon M50 and the Fujian 35mm f1.7. This is a really small, compact, cheap lens. It's about $20 or less on eBay. It's an old film lens, like an old cinema lens. They're tiny. It's really sharp in the middle, and there's not a lot of distortion in the middle, but towards the edges there's a lot of barrel distortion, and it's really soft. A lot of vignetting on the corners. So I tried to put the subject of the photos in the center for these. You know, a lot of times you don't want to do that, but when it's really soft and distorted on the edges, then you kind of want to put your subject in the center where it is sharp. You're not going to be able to find any lenses cheaper or smaller than these C-mount lenses, but you can still blur the background or the foreground and get an interesting shallow depth of field in the images. You don't want to use these for anything professional. They're not sharp like a modern lens is sharp. They have that vintage look. As you can see in these pictures, it does a horrible job with light. There's a lot of lens flares, a lot of haze to the images, but in photos it just takes away the saturation and the contrast and leaves a really hazy looking blurry photo. But besides that, if you can find an adapter for your camera where you can actually mount these C-mount lenses onto your camera body, I would get them, because that's the best deal of any lens under $20 you're gonna find anywhere. You can make some really cinematic videos, get some really cool photos and portraits with these lenses. They're cheap, they're small, you can throw it in a camera bag, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I would definitely suggest checking out these C-mount lenses. The 35 works good on the Canon M50. The 25 or anything wider than that has some terrible vignetting. It just looks like there's solid black corners. So I would stay away from the really wide ones. But the 35 or the 50mm work really good.